And I'm not saying this is just because of illegal migration, but it's partially everybody in this audience right now. You are the first generation since George Washington to have it life worse off than your parents. You're the most depressed, sick, anxious, medicated, alcohol addicted, and poor generation per capita in modern American history.
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. Today, guys, we're back again to a new video. So, we're going to check out Charlie Kirk shuts down open borders to good. Okay, according to Charlie Kirk, because of kicking us, let's get right to today's video.
Hi, so my question is regarding the mass deportation that Donald Trump is trying to enforce if he is elected as president. And my question is, do you think this mass deportation is fair? And if you do, why?
Yes, of course, I do. And it's first and foremost, we'll start with the people that committed crimes while they're here, DUIs, murders, rapes, so on and so forth. So let me give you one very simple example that is emotional, but it is personal, and it is local. The killer of Laken Riley should be deported and should be put in a foreign prison, not an American prison. Now, I will admit, not everyone who's coming here illegally is like the killer of Laken Riley, of course, but that is a very personal example of a UGA student that was just, you guys know the situation, okay? And to be very clear, if Donald Trump was president, Laken Riley would be alive today. That was an unnecessary killing that was completely because of open border policy. But if your first act into a country is to break a country's laws, of which illegal immigration is and the illegal people coming in the country are, then we have every right to repel them and to send them back to their country of origin.
Do you think this mass deportation will negatively affect the U.S. economy?
I actually think it will positively affect the U.S. economy. I think that what it will do is, number one, you guys will have less people to compete for housing prices. So one of the reasons why housing is going up is because in supply and demand, if you have 10 million new people, they have to live somewhere. And when you have to live somewhere, then all of a sudden you have more people going after a finite good. Simple law of supply and demand. This is why sand is cheap and diamonds are expensive, is because when you have a surplus of something or a finite supply of something, prices will go up, or if you have a surplus, prices will go down.
Sure.
So I think housing prices will stabilize as part of that. There probably will be some speed bumps on the road in manual labor, but honestly what you'll see then is wages will go up, and wages will go up for American workers. And do you know who, specifically the population that will be benefited by this is working class voters of all races, but specifically Latino and Black Americans that work with their hands, that currently are having their wages undercut by individuals that break the law, come to the southern border, and then destabilize their working wage.
Well, I disagree because if you don't already know, illegal immigrants make up 20% of the labor force in the United States, and they pay over $100 billion in taxes, but they receive almost no benefits from the taxes that they pay from. So I believe the wages won't necessarily go up. If anything, they'll probably go down because people are now fighting for more degree-based.
Yeah, so first of all, I don't expect you to know this, but they, of course, do receive benefits. For example, they show up at a hospital, they'll receive care. They receive police support. They go to local schools, right? So they send their kids to local social services. Additionally, they get money from the federal government as well, food stamp assistance, Medicaid, so on and so forth. That has now been expanded to even illegal immigrants. So that's not totally true. Secondly, though, they're still here on our terms. So we just might have a difference of how a country should be constituted. One of the reasons I support Trump is that a fundamental premise of how a country should exist is that the citizen should be able to determine who comes in their country, and that we actually have a say in elections of whether or not it's too much, too little, not enough, or whatever it is. It's obviously too much right now. It's unsustainable. It is then making our lives worse. And I'm not saying this is just because of illegal migration, but it's partially everybody in this audience right now. You are the first generation since George Washington to have it life worse off than your parents.
True.
You're the most depressed, sick, anxious,
True.
medicated, alcohol addicted, and poor generation per capita in modern American history. And just a very simple rule, and again, this ties into illegal immigration, but not specifically, is that if you are getting routinely poorer year over year, you should fire your leaders and put leaders back in charge that we're actually making life better and we're getting richer and be able to own homes. So, yes, and then finally, I'll just say this. Of course, they contribute to some jobs in the economy, but that's not the point. The point is that those should go to Native American jobs, or even Native Americans too, but American-born jobs, not illegal migrant labor that cut in line and then basically said to the entire immigration system, so bad, it's too bad. Who here is a first-generation immigrant or a son or daughter of? So can I ask you a question? Did your parents come here the right way?
Yes.
Okay. No, this is important. So your parents came the right way, and your parents should be applauded for following the rules and coming here the right way. Do you know who it's an insult to? Your parents, that other people can just cut in line and border jump into our country and basically tell your parents, oh, sorry that you filled out all the paperwork and you waited in line. We can just then do an act of injustice. So I'm actually on your parents' side here. I want more people to follow the law and come in here legally. I do not want a mass illegal immigration invasion of the country. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I have one.
Yeah, sure.
Relating to immigration as well. Do you think through this mass deportation that Donald Trump is trying to enforce, do you think it is fair that he wants to deport back all the Venezuelan people who just came from Venezuela? And I understand the news has made this prejudice that Venezuelans are criminals, they're killers. I absolutely understand. I agree for the young girl that was killed here. But people do not realize how bad the safety and economic state in Venezuela is right now. They just reelected Nicolas Maduro, and he is one of the worst presidents in Latin American history.
Yeah, again, so in order for them to come, they'd have to come the right and legal way. Now, the Venezuelans, some have actually applied for asylum and were granted asylum through legal methods. That's a separate discussion. I think we're too generous in that way. Others decide to just enter through the southern border. Here's the thing. You have to return to your country of origin, and then we can get our own house together. And let me just kind of put this differently. We can open up our arms again once our young people, you guys, can own homes and have a life as good as your parents. Then we can start thinking about letting in all the other world's problems. Until then, we have an obligation to fulfill the mandate so that you guys can have the same life and access to the American dream that your parents had. Thank you very much.
Guys, this is absolutely true. Charlie does breaks it down. I understand what's happening now in Venezuela, and it's terrible. If you ask me, having a very bad government is really terrible. But America right now is in a mess. I keep saying this every single time in my video that concern open border. America is in a mess, a big mess. Because a lot of illegal immigrants are in America, and they keep on coming every single day. America have to fix his home first before allowing other people to come in. Do you understand? Because this generation we are in right now is one of the worst. We have to fix America first before allowing other people to come in, irrespective of what is happening. I'm not saying it's not good to accept in, but right now, you have to fix your home, that your home is proper, before allowing strangers to come in. If not, it will be more polluted. Do you understand? So I understand Charlie's point of view very, very well. If you ask, I feel pity for people who are actually in Venezuela. Also, there are also other countries that are passing through different kind of tough time and hardship that you be like, let it come in to America. Like, I have seen a lot of people's tweets. I've seen a lot of people talking about this, their videos, what they're passing through in different countries. You understand? Even Palestine in Gaza right now, what is happening in Gaza it's really, really, really bad. But if you tell me that people should just come into America from different countries because of what they're passing through in their own country and come into America illegally, I would say no. Because irrespective of what you're passing through in your country, America too are passing through their own tough time. Lower wages. Price of housing is really high. Like, it's really, really serious. Everything in prices have really skyrocketed. America is right now in an inflation. So America have their own burden and their own pain. They're trying to like manage and fix to get it much better. Charlie does explain it to her in a very simple manner. Like the simplest, even a kid, we understand what Charlie said. In a very, very simple manner. Let's fix our home first before allowing other people come in. That is the simplest definition for that. Because irrespective of how you feel pity for other people, if your home is in a mess, you can't allow any other person to come in. Do you understand? So, right now, during Joe Biden and Kamala Harris session, the 3.5 years, or going to 4 years, that they are being imposed, the border control, it's in a terrible mess. The way at which people are coming to America illegally, it's very, very alarming. And a lot of people who have committed crimes in their own countries, they'll then enter into America illegally and commit another crime to an American citizen. So it's like you are American lives are in danger by allowing that border to be open. But people will be like, let it come in, you just don't allow people come into your country without knowing who they are. That is why they have to shut that border down and raise the war up. That's why I love Donald Trump. You don't allow people into your country without them passing through due process and knowing fully who they are, why they are coming to your country, and what is that purpose. If not, the crime rate in America will keep on going high, and more innocents will be killed. Do you understand? So this is a serious matter we have to tackle in America. I love the entire video, guys. I love how Charlie handled the students. I love how he explained it to her, and I love her sense of understanding that she chose to be lenient to want to understand, because some people will just be attacking without trying to understand. But the student was actually like calm and coordinated and want to unlearn or understand. I like her composure for me. The entire video was actually beautiful to watch. I love how Charlie handled it. Comment down below about this video. Give us a thumbs up. Share this video to as many as can. Subscribe to our channel, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you stay safe.